My name is Hilda.
Right, Hilda, could you tell me what an advocate is to you?
An advocate is to help people speak up for their rights.
Why is it important that people have advocates?
Because we want to be in control of our lives.
Let's think about when you personally used advocacy yourself, maybe in a review and things like that. Why, how can an advocate help you in a review?
Well, because it helps me get the right support that I need. And if I don't get the right support, then that doesn't work.
What does the advocate do in that review to help you?
To tell me to get the right words that I want to say.
Okay, so sometimes is it hard when you're...
It's hard when I'm on my own, but when I've got somebody else in there with me, they remind me what I'd like to say. I can say it, but it's confusing because if the advocacy wasn't there, it'd be hard to say what you want to say in the review, in a review.
So sometimes in those situations, does it...
It confuses.
Does it overwhelm you and sort of
Yeah.
become a bit much?
Yeah, it does.
Do you think why is it important that people have advocates?
It's important because they feel comfortable with an advocate, and also if they want to say something that they're upset about, the advocate is there to support them say what they want to say.
And from what you know about advocacy, who do advocates work for? Do they work for the council?
They don't work for the sub-account. They don't work for the council. They work for us, and they have to do what we want them to do, not what they want us to do. If I've got an issue with the support I've got, and I can't talk to, I can talk to some of my support workers, but not all of them. And the manager that owns Leading Lives, he says that I can actually, if I've got any worries or anything, I can actually talk to him. But I don't really know him to actually talk to him. And he's told me not to be afraid to talk, to phone him up.
So in that way, is that where an advocate will be easier to talk to?
That's where an advocate comes in, because if I'm afraid to talk to the person that owns Leading Lives, and this person says, "Don't worry, you can actually, don't be afraid to talk to me." And I said, "Well, I don't even know you well enough to talk to, so this is where you lot come in, and then you support me to say what I want to say to them." I do recommend people having an advocate, because it may be a frightening thing to actually have a voice without an advocate. But if you're not afraid to talk, then you can still have an advocate, but you have to have trust in that person before you start. Because if you haven't got the trust in that person, that breaks that person down, then it loses the trust in that person. Having a voice is important to myself and the people that are already out there. We were afraid, but we mustn't be afraid anymore, because there is support out there, but you have to have trust in that support before you can move on. You have to get to know them and they get to know you, because if not, you've got no trust there. Everybody's right to have an advocate if they want one.